I'm getting sick and tired of looking at these burnt out light bulbs on this thing, so today I'm going to be doing something about it. I'm going to be replacing the bulbs in these HVAC controls here. As you can see, also half the clock is also burnt out. And in this lighting it's not really the end of the world, but when you're driving it at nighttime you basically can't see what time it is at all, so it's getting a bit annoying. Time to fix it. This is a pretty common problem on these 4th gen 4runners, and luckily it's not too difficult of a fix at all. Should be able to do it in about 10 or 20 minutes, and this will be the same for any 4th gen from 2003 to 2009. It's all going to be the same thing. So now before we can get started, I gotta go get some bulbs, which means we gotta go to the dealership and see Mr. Boosted Silica. I think I'm gonna take that one. It's actually a few days later now because the bulbs were back ordered at the dealership. Wasn't expecting that. But anyways, we got them now. And I'm going to go ahead and replace all of the bulbs in the whole unit just to be safe while I'm in there. These ended up being, I think, about $7 a bulb from the dealership, which isn't bad, so I figured I'll get them all. But this should be all that we need. And now it's just a matter of getting the unit out of the dash. And I'm going to bring it back in here, throw it on the workbench, and swap out all the bulbs. So I guess we're about to find out how many Canadian Gearheads it takes to replace a light bulb. Hopefully not more than one. So in order to get this whole unit out, this is going to come out as one whole piece. And all we're going to need is just a Phillips screwdriver. If you don't know how to use one of these, then go ahead and take a look in the instruction manual that came with it. Some people seem to think that this screen for the clock is some kind of a fancy sealed kind of an LCD thing, but it's not. It's just backlit with 2 bulbs, so we can replace that ourselves, no problem. First things first, we got to get this piece out, which apparently you just grab and yank. Just like so, and she's out. Okay, now, let me just take you right in there. We have, you can see right here is the one screw that we're going to need to loosen in order to get this out. Can you see it right there? That's the only one holding this all in here. Oh, and by the way, you might want to disconnect your battery if you're one of those safety enthusiasts that disconnects their battery every time they work on a vehicle. Feel free to do that. Me, I don't care. If I die, I die. I do a lot more dangerous stuff than this, that's for sure. So now, apparently this is all just clipped in, and you just want to pull gently. Yeah, gently, just like that. Apparently it pops up pretty easily. We'll see if I can make it through this without breaking any clips. I'm just freaking manhandling everything. So we've got, looks like, one wiring connector back there we got to disconnect, and that'll just have a little tab in it that you squeeze in and then pull it out. Alright, got it out. Now we have our whole unit free, and this is where we're going to be putting our bulbs into the back of this. Alright, so we've got our unit on the workbench here. So we're going to have one bulb here, one bulb here, which is going to be this one and this one. And then there's one in this, 2 in this, and 1 in this. And you can see on the back here, you got 1, 1, and 2. Fairly straightforward. These, you can see, it's just like a Phillips screw head to back these out of here. I think it's probably about a 1/4 turn just to loosen them out. and they'll drop out. So now we've got our old bulbs out, these little guys here, and we're going to be replacing them with our new ones. These are, here's your part number right here, 09017. That's for the top two in the clock. I'll put this one in. You just kind of drop them in there and then tighten them up with the screwdriver into place. It's just about a quarter turn to tighten them up. Locks them in. Okay. Clock is fixed. So that was, for to recap, that's for these two right here. So now we're going to jump on this one. For sure is burnt out, and I think it was this one was burnt, and this one was still good, but I'm going to replace all these just in case. These lower ones are the same idea as the clock ones. Quarter turn, and there's your bulb. That's these longer ones. Part number for those is going to be right there, if it'll focus. 09015. So those are the ones that go on the outside dials. Drop that bad boy in there. And just a quarter turn to tighten it up. So now all that's left is this center dial, which for some reason has two bulbs compared to the other ones that just have one bigger one. And that's these little guys right here. Alright, so I got them both out of here. These ones are going to be, there's your part number right there, for the center dial. Okay, so we've got our top two for the clock in, the outside two for the dials in, and the main center ones for the center dial. Good to go. Throw it back in the truck, check to make sure they're all working. We should be set. Alright, now we just got to plug this bad boy back in, and that's the only wiring harness you have to plug in. It's just this one. Only goes in one way. The trick for doing these kind of connections is you always want to listen for the clip and then just do a quick push-pull check to make sure it doesn't pull back out, and now you know it's good and connected. Now before we pop everything back in, we just want to check and make sure that everything is working and light up. And we're good. Alright, now this, you can see there's these little clips are going to go into these little holes. You don't want to force them. Should just pop in fairly easily. Top first, and then the bottom two. In she goes. And now we just need to put our screw back in that we took out. Oh yeah. Just like so. Sorry, I've got the camera right in front of my face while I'm trying to wrap around and do this. Doing it for the YouTube. Okay, this, by the way, 4runner owners, what do you use this for? I mean, I'm in Canada, so obviously I can't put my handgun in there like you cool guys, but like, what is this even good for? I don't know. This just snaps back into place. Again, you got little clips. Just like so, I think. Alright, everything's back together. And we should have working lights now. So if your lights are burnt out on your 4Runner, then before you go to the dealership and let them hose you for a couple $100 for diagnostic fees and all kinds of nonsense, try doing it yourself. I mean, you got nothing to lose. If you know how to work a screwdriver, and I mean, any chimpanzee can do this job. It's one screw and a couple of screws in the back of the light bulbs. $6 a bulb. 6 bulbs, not a bad deal. So hopefully that helped you out, and you feel confident enough that you can take it apart and fix your bulbs yourself. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you.